Sarah Palin to light the torch. I had this crazy idea that if we can get Sarah Palin to light the torch, then what I believed would happen would be that it would be easy for the Democrats to join in. I think it would be a little harder the other way around if we had a Democrat and get the Republican. Just for some, that's the way my logic was working. So while she was governor, I was talking to her people, and she knew about it, and it looked like she was going to do it. And then she stepped down. And so, you know, it seemed like that plan was foiled. But I still had to continue in Wasilla because I already had contacted all the schools and the mayors and everybody else. And then next thing I know, I got Governor Purnell, a Republican that's getting behind this campaign, and also U.S. Senate Democrat Mark Begich that was getting behind this campaign. So I had both a Republican and a Democrat that were getting behind a health care issue in Wasilla during our kickoff. And the tone was set in Alaska. The tone that, and this was said many times, that if your loved one was waiting for a organ transplant, and in most cases it's desperate, in almost all the cases, and the family is desperately hoping and praying, and you know, and then finally an organ comes, the first question or the first thought that comes to your mind isn't going to be, is that a Republican or Democratic organ? You know, it's just won't work that way, and it doesn't happen, and it won't even, you won't even think what color that organ is or whatever. You know, you're going to be so grateful that someone had the unselfishness and the courage to donate that organ, and your child is living because of that. That's the tone that was set. And, you know, since we started this campaign on October 23rd, 2009 in Wasilla, we took that torch again, once again across Canada, and we began the lower 48 states in Bangor, Maine, on February 1st, 2010. And we got there by crossing the border. We got to Bangor, Maine by crossing the border at Buffalo Peace Bridge. And what we did was, the police are the backbone of our campaign. They're always there to help us in every city, in every community. And so what we decided to do, and it was very symbolic, was have our Toronto police officers carry that torch to the Peace Bridge and pass it at the Peace Bridge to the Buffalo police officers. And it was actually Captain Mann in Buffalo that said, and it was our own chairperson, Constable Ojo Teobati, that was passing the torch to Captain Mann. And Captain Mann said, we here in America will now look after the torch. And it was beautiful because it was caught on all the news stations in Buffalo. And so our campaign began in America. And now, in the past month, we have visited about 16 cities. We went through Maine, we went through Vermont, we went through New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and New York. And in all those cities and states that we went to, we continued getting support from both Republican and Democrat senators, governors, congresspeople, and mayors. And the reason why I think this is really important, I mean, you know, I think it's important that we tackle each country and, you know, kind of put a theme to it. Right now in America, and I've been there for a while, and I've been, you know, I watch a lot what goes on in America. They're having a big problem with having both parties agree on anything. And if both parties came together on something, it would be a big deal. And if we can do that, then in my thinking and in my belief is that issue of organ and tissue donation will even get that much more profile in the States. And that's not to say that we haven't been getting coverage, because we've been getting a lot of coverage as we're going from city to city, and I'm going to show that on our website afterwards. But if we can arrange a scenario where we can get both Republican senators and congressmen and Democratic congressmen to both hold the torch, and have the students present the torch to them, that is going to be national news. And you know what? We're very close in doing that. We're scheduled to be in Washington on March 24th, and that morning I'm going to have coffee, and I'm not going to name the senator yet, with a U.S. senator in her office. And as we speak, I'm actually waiting for one phone call. One phone call that'll tell me that we're going to have at least one Democrat, one Republican that will be at the Capitol doing the ceremonies of lighting the torch there and passing it to the students from a local school in Washington. I'm one phone call away. And if we can get two, we'll probably be able to get 3, 4, 5, and who knows how many. So I think that's exciting, you know, and I think it was exciting and important enough to make kind of like this kind of announcement, to see what happens, like to stay tuned. You know, is it going to happen or isn't it going to happen? And if it happens, that's going to be big news. I mean, it's big news already because this torch is making waves in the States. Like, you know, and you know, I just want to take a minute here just to bring you to our website. And as you can see, this is our truck of life. This is an ambulance, a real ambulance that's following the torch on the road. And over here, this black thing, this is our webcast screen. So anytime we have an opportunity to get connected by internet, we can show the actual event wherever we are at, whatever city. Sometimes it's in the school, sometimes it's at City Hall, sometimes it's right on the road. We can show our event live, and the whole world can tune in. And we've done that many times already, and it's worked very wonderfully. And I'm going to scroll down below. And this is sort of the torch of life, the legacy. You can kind of go through. We first lit it in Victor Davis's memory, the great Olympic champion swimmer. And his brother and his dad are both members of our team. And there was the Pope who blessed the torch. And there's Christopher. And then the Canada student torch relay. And now the 36 country SOS the Americas student. So this is very neat because it's all got in one little package there. Then when I keep going down below, you can see our entire schedule here in the U.S. Since we'll be there for the next 14 months, I thought we should have the schedule right up there at the front. So if I scroll down, you can see all the cities that we still have to visit. And you'll see that we're going to end in, well, actually, we're doing even the 3 cities, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, and Virgin Islands, but we're ending on the mainland in San Diego on April 20th, 2011. So getting back to the homepage, we always put our updates, the next event over here, and if you look at this, you'll see some of our supporters, and you know, the volunteers are also the backbone of the charity, and we get people like Terry Phillips, who was the very first to drive the truck of life, and you know, he actually went right across Canada with us. And then, you know, we had our next driver, which was a gentleman from New Hampshire, Concord, New Hampshire, and Bob Fairbanks was there. He is, and then